Okay, let's see if this works now. I'm still new at this live stream stuff. I just need to spend more time doing it, so that's why I'm doing it. So. So we're going to check that out. I picked this up at the junk store. Okay. I'm going to slurp some coffee here. I'm going to do this live, and I'm going to probably unlist this video. Oh, man. I just ordered some more of these. Ibuprofen. I know I shouldn't be taking this crap, but that gave me a headache. That's 6 of them. That'll work. I wonder how many hundreds of these I can take. Let's find out. No, we won't do that. 2. My shop's a mess. It is wiped out. But I was down for, what, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks for whatever I had. Yeah, it's still giving me warnings on speed. I'm really going to have to wire this. I'm going to have to wire this computer up too. So all computers going to get wired. I have a 2 gig 300 up. Should not be having upstream issues. But okay, so I picked this piece of shit up right here. It was, oh, it disconnected and reconnected. Well, again, I picked this piece of shit up. It was in the recycle bin. So I will do a video on opening it. Hopefully this stream works, but I'm losing like 18-20%. This is not good. But yeah, we're going to take drugs, drink coffee, and we're going to back up the firmware and look at the firmware. It's mine. You know, it's just like owning a computer, looking at your hard drive, right? So it is right there. I already done. This is the main board. These, I guess, they get married to a car, and you cannot unmarry them unless you have the vehicle with the same VIN number. So the NAND flash was right there. Little 48 pin T-SOP. I yanked it. I need a better camera too. Maybe I should invest something into streaming. Well, I don't make enough off this to invest. And I just keep this crappy equipment. So, but we're going to use the 6100N with a Mega Magic because I've got a real DX1004 adapter. But I already played with this a little bit. This requires a DX1004-1. Okay. And that usually means there's a couple decoupling capacitors there. But, and if this was a paying job, I'd just buy a DX1004-1. I usually don't use any of the Mega Magics for that type of stuff. But let's light this up here. Let me see what I've got here. Okay. So I'm just going to go through this just like it would be a regular firmware backup. You know. Yeah. I don't know what is up with my internet connection tonight. Comcast just went out like a light right when I was about ready to stream. It is 1:32 in the morning here, 1:34 in the morning. So, more coffee. I don't know if I should do something like a Firmware Fridays or something where I find just some random damn thing and try to back up the firmware. I don't know. Okay, so we have the Xeltek, we got the Mega Magic on, and we're going to use just a standard off-the-shelf $10 TSOP adapter. You pick these up on AliExpress, whatever, for $10, $15. You pick one of these up from Xeltek, you're looking at 150 bucks. So, I mean, if this was a paying job where somebody brought me a couple trays of these and said program them, I'm going to do it with proper hardware, not Mega Magic. But for stuff like this, for just general purposes, that's what I do. If it's just a one-off thing, I'm not going to go spend that much money. But let's see let's just check this board out. I don't know if there's anything salvageable. Maybe the USB controller there. It's a Philips USB controller. And it's probably $5 or $10 if you had to buy that on AliExpress. Yeah, I need a better camera. Get an angle there, just like it's got a ARM chip. I'm not sure if this was used for programming or the bottom here was used for programming. Probably the bottom one for production programming. I don't know why they would not have a in-circuit header. I tried looking, seeing if they had anything on the silk screen down here. Maybe I was thinking maybe JTAG port, because the OBD port plugs into the top. Maybe that JTAG on the bottom. I didn't see anything on here that was you get a little wild, a little bit warm with the hot air, but no melted plastics. Yeah, okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Let's see what we have in this NAND here. So I'm going to launch the 6100 in. Oh, Cotty needs to be on her chair. We got to get Cotty in here. Cotty needs to be a movie star tonight. She needs cookies. Well, the software's booting. We'll put Cotty in the chair. Cotty gets in the chair. Cotty gets cookies. We feed cotties. Can people see cotties? Nope. Maybe. I just got Cotty a whole bunch of cookies. Okay. So this gives you the information on the NAND and basically how to read the NAND, what methods to use, how to put the device in the socket. But we're not using a factory socket, so our device pin 1 is down here. So this is a Micron MT29F4G08 AB80AWP TSOP48, and you see it says a DX1004-1. Okay, I'm going to show you what this would do with the wrong adapter here. So I want to pull that out. I want to put this adapter in. There's a TSOP 48 DX1004. We're going to reselect that. Ooh, might want to move that so you can see. Okay, there we go. Device. We're going to select that device. Oh, it didn't error. Okay. That's odd. Errored out earlier. Maybe if I went to read it, it would give me an error. But, oh well. So let's throw the Mega Magic back on. And we're going to go to that one, which is DX1004-1. And you enter those numbers just by keying them in right there. But I'm not going to waste time doing that. I've got another video showing how that's done. So we're just going to throw the NAND flash right there. And we're just going to hit read. If there's a pin error, it's going to tell us. Unmatched device, 38 pins inserted. Did I get that in wrong? Retry. That's not good. I just read that. Let me double check that here. Aha, yes, we're not. We were off. Hey, if you don't have that, I must have bumped that and got it a little off. Now let's try it. Retry. There we go. Now we're reading. So if you have like a pin missing, it will let you know that there is a pin missing. You know, poor pin contact on pin 30. That way you can go right to pin 30 and adjust it. But it's reading. It's at 6%. This takes a few minutes. Yeah, I can't believe my shop's a disaster. it's a big disaster. I haven't had time to clean it. It's just been one thing after another. Yeah, this takes about 3 minutes, so I've got another Hako video coming out. Yeah, that right to repair war it's going to continue. Somebody's going to surrender, and it's not me. So this takes a long time to read the NAND. On the 7500 here, the pins are different, so you can't use regular adapters. It's the only thing I don't like about a lot of the programming companies. They lock you into their adapters. They just want you to buy their adapters. Even for stuff that, you know, is well known and has universal adapters that are flooding the market, you know, some BGA adapters, TSOPs, PLCC, but no, they got to change the pinouts. And I just hope my stream's doing good. I've got one viewer, whoever that is. Say something. So this is like 73, 74%. I'm already, what, 17 minutes? Yeah, this is just a Insomnia. I don't publish the Insomnias. They get right to unlisted. What's Cotty doing? What are you doing? Yes, she needs chair cookies. Yes. Here. Oop. She's like, don't do that. Here. Just stay here as long as I feed her. Oop. Lost it. As long as I feed her. Oop, it's done. There it is. That took, what, 3 minutes, 40 seconds? So I wonder how they're unmarrying these. I think you got to send it to them if you don't have the VIN number. You can't sleep, Nick? Yeah, me too. Cotty wants more cookies, huh? See, Cotty, that's the tripod's in the way, but yeah, it's. I need to do a better setup, man. I'm cramped. So we just did a backup of the firmware. Let me get this off the screen here. Of this thing. I found this at the junk store today. Or this was at the junk store a couple days ago. I don't remember. But yeah, I took the NAND off. I read a little bit of info on these. They get married to a vehicle, to the VIN number. And you have to pay almost as much for the device to get it unlocked if you don't have the VIN number. So it makes them worthless, makes them junk. That's why people probably throw them away. More e-waste due to, you know, the stick it up your ass without a freaking lube. Now here's the display for the people that like the displays. Might be useful for something. Little cog. I think you're the only one here, Nick. You're the lucky one that gets to listen to me babble. So let's get back to the point here. Okay. So this is like 528 megs of flash. So half a gig. I'm not going to go through it all. What did... I did do that, didn't I? Damn it. I got too many windows going, so now I got to redo that. Okay. Let's reread this. When I have the OBS up, my screen gets a little filled with windows. So let's... Okay, and I wanted to... Well, since we're here, I'm gonna probably make this public on Friday. But you have to go to device config, and yeah, I had skip bad block. So I want hard copy. You got it when you're doing NAND backups, you want hard copy because it's going to copy the bad and the good. That way you got an actual image of the drive. Just like if you're backing up a hard drive, you're going to back up all your bad blocks with your good blocks. So I read that one wrong anyways. So we're going to read this because all these NANDs have bad blocks. So we're reading it again. No errors this time for pin errors. 1%. Yeah, I got to get this thing moved. It's in my way. I ain't got much room for the bench and barely enough room for the chair and the bench. It's a cluster. I'm embarrassed. I usually keep it pretty clean. I've got my adapters for the BPM that I was backing up before I came down with whatever I came down with that had me laid up for about 2 weeks. So I've got all those adapters. These are rare adapters. In the chip programming business, being able to program the oddball stuff gets you money. Gets you repeat clients. You know, if somebody calls me up and says, I've got a chip that this adapter here supports, and I can say, yeah, I can program it, they'll come back for something else later. Even if I don't have the adapter, and sometimes I'm going to have to go buy the adapter and charge them an adapter fee, they're still going to come back. I've had 5 views. And cue Old Man Winter. The fans have to come on. Yeah, I spent $27 at the junk store. That's a lot at the junk store. That's 50% done again. I'll definitely be saving this. So. I hope the stream's better now. I really have to wire this. That's my goal this weekend, is to drop cat lines down. Because this Wi-Fi is just not cutting it. I want to take advantage of my 2 gig down and 300 meg up. Hey Sal, how's it going? A ProArt X670E. That's what the other computer is. But I don't do motherboard repairs or anything on computers. I don't do laptops, I don't do cell phones, I don't do motherboards. I'll do stuff like this. But I don't do those. But you can just ask in the chat, and if I know the question, I'll answer it. Okay, I don't know how long it took to do the other one, about 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Yeah, about the same. Yeah, the 7500, I'll downsize this. This time I won't accidentally close it out. Okay, so the 7500 here is way faster, but I have not built, I've got my other one here. Got my other Mega Magic. I haven't got me a socket for this yet, but this will do a little different. This will do TSOF 56, 48, and 32. Just depends on the position you put it in. And it's got the bypass capacitors. Gotta clean out those sockets. But yeah, that's my backup. So yeah, I gotta get my socket on for that. I think this will take about almost half the time. Yeah, I've only got 1% drop frames, so. Okay, let's bring that back up. There it is. And we're going to go to the buffer, edit buffer. There we go. Why is it saying Segegr? S-E-G-G-E-R. Are they programming this with some sort of in-circuit Segegr? You know, I've got Segegrs. I've got Segegr. S-E-G-G-E-R. That's odd. Okay, yeah, it's whatever's in the buffer. Yeah, I'm not going to go through line by line of this. I'm just going to scroll. Well, that gives me some hope that maybe this is probably the programming header. Oh, this is going to be interesting to figure out before I take it back to the junk store. Yeah, this is like 512 megs. Oop, what do we have in here? Yeah, this is valid data. We're going to RPM, engine stuff. So maybe I should like use bin walk on it or something. I don't know. I'm not a coder, man. I can do serialization in the software here. There's a partition table here. But I need to look for the VIN number. Maybe you can go in here and manually change the VIN number to a known vehicle. That way you can unmarry it and remarry it to another vehicle. I don't know. I still got a little bit in my chest. I'm hacking it out though. Ibuprofen and coffee. Yeah, I'll search this later. This is like 512 megs. It's a big buffer. It's in the partition table. Nothing. Okay. File, save. I already saved this once. Prepping for this. And we'll save the partition table too. Takes a little while to save. Concurrent viewers, only one. Yeah, so well, seeing that serger right in the top, it's gonna be interesting to figure out how they're doing what with this. Okay. File save. We're gonna save the partition table. Save that as part. Just in case. Okay, so we saved the partition table. We save that. Did I get the name of that wrong in the file folder? No, SCT, that's what it is. For the slot on the X670E, I believe the top slots, I think both slots are PCIe 5, I think. I don't remember. I just stuck mine in the first one. But I think the upper two SSD slots are Gen 5 also, and the lower two are Gen 4. So I bought Gen 4 storage and I put mine in the lower ones because I plan on getting Gen 5 when it comes affordable. So okay, we've backed up that. So I don't know. Are they, contracting with Serger here to make? Are they just using a little Serger here to talk to the talk through to the OBD system, or what? That is kind of curious. I mean, what Serger uses the ARM? I think they're all using ARM. Hey, QSTech. I haven't been to sleep. I went to the junk store. I went to the junk store earlier because I had to go over to Portland, and I got a thing, and we decided. I was doing the teardown, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pull the NAND and read it, see if I can find the VIN number. And I think my neighbor's got a Ford. I'm not sure if it's going to be the one compatible with this. I think it's pretty new. But, well, I just find a Ford, go to the car lot, find a Ford, plug it in, and get the VIN number and program it into this and see if I can unmarry it that way. You just got up. Yeah, Sal, I'm really not a computer geek. I do enough to keep my stuff running. I don't keep up with all the bleeding edge tech on that stuff. But QS, you missed it. Operation of the Mega Magic. You can reverse it, I think. I think I have reverse allowed. God, he's looking at me. She wants cookies. Well, you got to get in the chair. Go in the chair. Come on. You want the cookies? She don't want to get in the chair. She's like, you're doing something strange over here. She'll sit up by the soldering irons and there she is. We'll give her cookies. She's in the way. Oh, you're not gonna be able to rewatch later on these on the Insomnia videos. Once they're in, they end. Yeah, get one directly from Xeltek. They're the same price as Mauser. Like $9.95 for this, and then the Mega Magic. That will set you back about $300. But you know, I've got a 48-pin T-SOP right here. But this one calls for a DX1004-1 right there. DX1004-1. And these are 100 and something bucks, almost $200 or maybe more. These adapters are $10 to $15. So for one-offs, you know, non-pay work, those work just fine. Pay work, they're paying an adapter fee for an adapter. That way, if there's any questions, concerns, I don't have to rule out, you know, consider bad hardware. And you can get these from either Xeltek directly or a place called HKLRF in China. They sell them too. And ECMO is another company. Alina there, she's a really nice lady. No, I don't want to close that. Why? Docs. Yeah, it takes like 2 to 3 weeks to get one from Russia. You can pay a little faster for shipping. But yeah, I mean, I really don't know what you want to do with the programmer QS. If you want to do stuff like this, backup firmwares, you're going to need multiple programmers. There's not one, they call them a universal programmer, but they're not universal. I mean, they're universal to a point. There's stuff this will do that either of these will not do. Yeah, because they don't come with an adapter. I mean, if you wanted to run the 2019 software just to play, you can use one of mine. It works with the old 2019 software, but it won't work with any updates after September of 2019. But yeah, and I've got what drawer is it in? I've got a stack of them. You'd have to assemble it. You have to buy your connectors, and you get these at Mauser. Yep, if you buy directly from them, it's the same price. Just buy directly from the factory, because if you run into if you save $200 and say get one from HKLRF and get it for like $700, $680, and you have an issue with it, say if you load up an algorithm and the algorithm has an error, and you contact Xeltek in America and say, I need this error fixed, they're going to say, where'd you buy it? And you're going to say China, and they're going to know, because it won't have, I'll just give you an example here. This is an American one. That hologram, it's going to have a hologram, and Xeltek records the serial number. This is a China one. No hologram. So the $200 extra you pay to buy them from the factory, or from Xeltek America, it's worth it if you have any algorithm issues, because if you have an algorithm issue, you can email them, they'll fix it. If you bought it from China, you'll have to email China, and they're going to tell you, oh, you're in America, you need to contact Xeltek America. And if you bought it from China, Xeltek America is going to charge you to fix that algorithm. And if you buy their programmer from them, you can, I think you get 2 or 3 additions. So say if you run across a chip that is not supported, and you need it supported within the first year, I think you get 2 or 3, and those can add up quite a bit, couple $100 to add something. So, and sometimes it's cheaper just to go buy a different programmer that supports it. Yeah, excuse the cough, and my lungs are still beat. Yeah, it's just my advice on the Xeltek stuff. I've had people contact me a few times. So yeah, I bought it from China, and now, I can't get support. Huh, that's just, sorry. You say, what's that Ruskin's law of business balance? 2:08 a.m. Yeah, I'm able to. Last few days I've been able to do videos, so that's why I just disappeared a couple weeks. So I listed some old stuff. Because I make videos and I upload them and I don't post them. So, but I got to get this machine out of here. sipping on kitty cookies. But my Cadillac chair, man, that thing is so comfortable. Just sit in that thing and just lounge. Yeah, I don't like to edit. I try to do things in just one shot, if I can. It's just more real. I like watching videos that are done with mistakes. So I went on like 5 rants on Hako on the video I'm going to be posting in the next couple days. I think I've got one that's gonna be okay. Oh yeah, somebody called me a right to repair Karen. I'm like, how dare you assume, call me a Karen and assume I'm my gender? That's kin. Yeah, I tried to make a Hako joke, but it's gonna bomb. Okay. Yeah, I'll reshoot. If I make a really bad blunder, I'll just scrap it and redo it. No, I called him up and he went JBC. No, I called my buddy up. I'm like, hey, you still got your FM203? And he's like, oh man, I watched your videos and I went with JBC. So he bought the same setup as me, spent about $5,800, and he didn't have any issues. All his worked out of the box. So he says. But he sold all of his Hako equipment after about a month of having the JBC. He was like, wow, total difference in power. And that's what I have to say about JBC is power, hands down, JBC. Quality and workmanship, Hako. Affordability, Hako. If you're a business and you make money using your equipment, it's like Snap-on. You can go to Harbor Freight if you're just somebody working on a hobby thing. But if you use your tools to make money, I still am a believer, buy good quality. And price usually reflects that quality, but not Hako or not JBC. JBC should be about half the price for the quality of workmanship. Yeah, I got the hot air. I don't like it. I got an extra desoldering module. I need to get rid of that. I got a stand also. But I want the pneumatic one. I need a pneumatic one. I really don't. I want a pneumatic one. I don't like. Hear that? That's just too loud. And I got the DS360 and the DR560. DS360 is nice for getting the small, tiny items. Yeah, I've got I got a stand right there. It's incomplete, but I looked at the specs of the new one, man. I don't believe them. The numbers don't add up. You know, there is math and then there's Chinglish math. I don't know. I might make this live. I don't know. But we did back this up. I need to toss this back over here. Put this back in the programming drawer. Go in that drawer. Yeah. I gotta get my headers. Keep forgetting to order them. Yeah, what this is really low power. This is only like 40 watts. So it's if your board's got some thermal mass, this is not that good for the DS360. For the 560, man, it's a powerhouse. It's like uses the full power of the station. So, and I don't like the old Weather style where it's got the long tube and the angled nozzle. If you got to get in tight somewhere, if you got to work deep in a plastic or around near plastics or capacitors or connectors, you're going to have issues because you want to, there's the board. You want to be able to come, say if you're trying to work next to that connector and you got other plastic here, you don't want to come in with a hot iron and then angle it. You want to be able to come straight in. So that is why I prefer straight or gun. Man, I'm getting gray. It's not a problem. Just angle the board. You get a better view at the connection anyways. So don't let them fool you, man. Don't let them fool you. That's old tech. Weller and everybody, they went away from that tech years ago. The the distance, you know, the tips on these, they're pretty long. If they were about that short, they'd be better because they do clog at the end here a little. These tips here are spring. They're real little. And these are cheap. These are uber cheap. No, I don't go to the range. I go out to the woods. But what model of 45 do you get? Don't you have like rural areas where you can go shoot? So let me. Oh yeah. Here's another stack. Different revisions. it's, it's these are adapters. Okay, gotta assemble that. Gotta assemble that. See what I got for projects in the bins. 2 transmission controllers. Okay. Thunder 45. Not familiar with that one. Is it like a 1911 clone or something? I'll have to look it up. Okay. That gets put into this stack right back there. I hope my stream is not going bad. Hey, Xeltek, they come in a box. Programming adapter. Looks like some medieval nose picker. My drawer's all messed up. Yeah, drawer of adapters. One of many. God, my crap's just Okay. Oh yeah, that's for dip chips, man. That's makes quick work of them instead of having to put a screwdriver underneath and trying to pop it out. Yeah. It's gonna turn this it's gonna turn the JVC into a chip lifter. Yeah, get under there and pop the dip out. Yeah, I really need to get me some more room. Yeah, I think those chip removers are like 30 bucks, 28 bucks. Okay, don't need these unless somebody's got a Hako FM203. I'll be putting a call out for one of those on my next taco video. Somebody in Portland watches my channel will have one. But I did try the code on both my FM203s. Code works. Yeah. You want to see the mistake of a screwdriver? Never, ever, ever buy Snap-on. They're not made in the USA. They are made in Spain. Made in Spain. And they wear off. The Snap-on wears off. Look at that piece of shit. That one's not been used much. Spain. I think, Spain used to have decent stuff, but everything that is made in Spain is just horrible in workmanship and quality. But yeah, I've got these from Snap-on. I've got I've been to the rapist van a few times. I bought the whole set. Yeah. Snappy crappy, man. I like my Snap-on American-made hand tools are nice. Just some of their new stuff is nah. The quality's not there at all. Dust covers. Yeah, Craftsman's made in China now. Old Craftsman was good. I had Craftsman for years. I mean, I gave the wife all my Craftsman tools, and she says that I gave her all the shitty tools. So she's got Craftsman. They're fine tools. Not as pretty as the Snap-ons, but for my ratcheting wrenches, I have Gear Wrench. I won't pay Snap-on's price. So. I wish this ibuprofen would kick in. Okay. What am I missing here? Wait a second. What do I got going on here? This. That's a V1. This is a V2. That's a V1. It has no oscillator. And strapped for Magic Chip V1. This is for older 5,000, 6,000s. Yeah, it works in programs. It's right there, in my way. I bid 2 programming lots and lost them both. But I'm going to have to, hold on. I'm going to have to work on how to have it earn me money. So I don't get what you mean by reverse the process and retrip and firmware. When I do a paying gig, the customer provides the firmware, serialization data, everything. So I sign the NDA and it's done. Yeah, this programmer works. The only thing I found wrong with it was an air leak in the airline. It's got the pneumatic system there. And it was just an airline. So I cut it straight and no, it can read chips. I can set it up and run it manually, but no, it's not for doing that. I have the newer model of programmer. I haven't done the unboxing of this one yet, but that's the 9th generation. It's 8th generation in this, but I got the 9th generation right there. This is for modern NAND flash and stuff. So no, not all models chips. That's mainly for newer chips. And that's very, very expensive. Each of the socket modules. Figured I'd do that. Each of these are a couple $100 or more. They could be $500, $600, $700, $800 a piece. These are the adapters. This is QFN 48. And this one only does a couple chips. So it costs roughly $5,000 to $7,000 to tool this up for a production lot, for a production run. So, but these adapters fit in the 9th generation standalone programmer. So yeah, this programmer, it's I gotta learn the production lot business side of this. During 2021, I had probably 10, 15 requests a month for, hey, can you do 50,000, 100,000? Can you do 200,000 chips for me? Nope, not manually. Not picking them up and putting them in a manual programmer. $5,000 a month. I'm not going to sit in a chair here and do it 8 hours a day. No. I'm nearly 50 years old. I've worked my life, so. The production programmer does, it's currently set up for 12 chips. Hold on, let me check this phone here. Oh, they want to see that demoed. We can do that. Let's see the chip puller demo. You guys can type in the chat, but I know you're at work or want to send a text, but. Okay. Demo. There it is. Jonard Tools EX2. Drop it on. You get it in frame here. Drop it on, it'll ride right on the socket. It rides right on the socket there. Place it square on the socket, squeeze, and pull. And I missed it. There it is. Got it that time. And it pulls the chip right out. And this is an old board from a Miss Pac-Man. So. There it is. Really simple. I'll go to the next one. That easy. That was out of frame again. I got real limited space. Yeah, there we go. And you see that there? You just push. Comes straight out. Yeah, these are nice. For doing the older stuff, but Yeah, compared to scratching the hell up out of your chip, you know, you want to come in here and I just put that chip in backwards, but I'll flip that around. And somebody's probably yelling on the screen, you put that in backwards. If I make this public, I don't know. But, and I'll do big 40 pinners here. Just like that. Took that Z80 right out. It don't do the little tiny guys. It's just, oh. I wish they would make like one that would do the small chips. But for that, I just use this little ring. Just pop them out. But these are pieces of crap. They always bend up. Made in Taiwan. Yeah, I mean, what CNC are you working on? I don't know if I'll make this public. If you guys like this type of content, so if I don't, I'll let it run for a day. And diode. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Put it up there. Save it for later. Like a booger. Yeah, if this content, I don't know, I could put a camera up above my work area, and I've got a lot of boards to assemble here coming up. I'm running low. Unless they're really old machines, you're not going to find too many EEPROMs and dip chips, unless they're real old. And depending on the warehouse packing company, you might have some old hardware. But most of the time they will update that hardware instead of repairing it. Okay, I need another cover. Thought I had a cover. I can't get into that drawer. Where'd that cover go? I had a cover right there. Yeah, you can 3D print these. Dip covers. I have them on my, I designed that one. It's on my, I think, my printables. Yeah, if they don't want to spend money, give them the finger. It's costs money to do business. You know, there's money to do business, and then there's pay for my second born. I mean, if you're reasonable, but most of the time, if it's going to cost 30% of the replacement cost, they'll replace it and get the tax write-off. So yeah, I have not turned on my Pruses. I've been using my Bamboo Lab, my X1 Carbon. I probably will only use the Pruses if I'm going to do a bunch of items. So put that socket up and end up dropping it on the floor or something. Yeah, I gotta get this big box moved. Or lose my belly. I got 18 views. Oh, you chat, and then who was the other chatters? Sal and Nick. I don't know if I want to play with this anymore or throw it away. I might throw it away. But I gotta clean up my messes here. These go in that bin. I'll put it in that bin. And you print yourself lead formers. Bend yourself up uniform leads. So if you want to do if you get diodes or something with writing on them, you can put the writing on the top and bend your leads, and that way all your writing is on the top. So you have some quality work. It's not everything's centered. So you don't have resistors going, all over the place. Yeah, they were on sale till I think today or whatever for like $11.99 shipped with the AMS, the multi-material system. So like this here, that 20 is embedded into the unit. It's not raised up, it's not inset, it's actually red filament and then black. This one kind of curled over on the first layer, but hey, it's a 3D print. Here's some of the white. That one turned out a lot better. Except for I didn't wanted to try it without supports, and it strung me out. So 84, 44, but those are nice and flat, not raised up. Saying about using glow-in-the-dark filament, that way they would glow, but why? But yeah, I do a whole plate of 7 of them. It took me about 3 hours. These are in the trash. Okay. I have so much stuff I gotta do. I'm just overwhelmed. Lots to clean. Wick all out of my way. Jumper wire gone. Are you out, QS? Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream. I don't see anybody else wanting to chat, but it is 3 in the morning, so. Did I miss chats? No, I don't think I did. Yeah. I've got one Tormach board I gotta get to. Look at fixing Tormach boards, man. There's people always looking to do mail order on those. I don't do mail order, so. I do some mail order on some things, but. I don't refer. Sorry, man. Yeah, I mean, I'll refer people like you for PS5. You do that stuff quite frequently, but when somebody's livelihood depends on something, it's I'm not going to refer it to somebody that might take too long to do it or whatever. I just tell them to go buy a new one. The clientele that I have, their machines make money, and when their machine's down, it costs them a lot of money. So they bring the board in, and it's repaired generally the same day or within a day or two. Sometimes I have to wait on parts or something, but for the common failure modes, I carry all the parts. I even have spare boards, so their machines, if it's going to take me, a week or two to get parts, I just give them a board on the Tormachs. But yep. Okay. I had to big old honking power supply. I got to replace the cable on it with a special cable. 6.6 amps. Hey, I can see my bench. Yeah, I'm gonna start shutting this shit down. That one's already tinned. And I haven't used that one today. Computer, soldering iron off. And they're off. Yeah, I get that flash or NAND chip put back on. This is my tester for my Miller boards. It's pretty. It's blue. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this big machine or get it moved. The oscillators, gonna get those put in the bin. I was looking for that one. I knew I had another purple cable. I use purple USBs for my programmers. This setup. Okay. Somebody's gonna be happy this Thursday, Friday. I've got 2 transmission controllers. Actually, I gotta open those. Those go back in bin 4 and 5. I got that whole stack of boards to assemble. Okay. Windex. A little fingerprint. Got clean eyes. Oh, that looks so pretty. A little dirty on that one still. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. Eye gunge. I need to order a Paul Daniels light, man. That's gonna need some alcohol. Yeah. Solder residue. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All that flux. That's much better. Hey, that's gross, man. You see that? Yeah, I think I'm gonna order the I think I'm gonna make Paul Daniels build me a light. It's icky. You get flux on your hand. You start touching your microscope. I should have been a Kirby salesman. Windex and IPA, man. How are my eyeballs now? Oh, much nicer. Hey, I knew I was looking weird this morning. Yeah, it's gonna work. Okay, get that back tomorrow. What do I have up here in unfinished business? More solder brakes. These go back up here. Okay, we've got memory SRAM. That needs a label. An empty bin. Yeah, I do right there. I'll make one. SRAM. Data I/O. Wow, I just got huge. SRAM, data I/O. Ain't gonna fit in that. Damn it. SRAM, data I/O. Okay, DB9. This was Mega. Microcontrollers. Okay. It still looks like a disaster. this off that bench onto this bench. 3 a.m. Okay, what I get at the junk store. Old router from the junk store. Okay. Where did that screwdriver go? Now I lost the screwdriver. Here's another one. Yeah, these get converted to ham radios. All right. So these get converted to ham radios. Old routers. Install serial port there, JTAG header there, flash it, and it becomes a ham mesh node. So that gets done tomorrow. That's a quick one. That's on for tomorrow. Messy, messy. It takes a $1 router and turns it into a $30 router that makes somebody happy. They get to play in the hobby. And it literally takes me 10 minutes. Some of the stuff I like to do. My ham call sign, by the way, is KG7AMV. If anybody's paying attention. Cotty's in my way. Yep. You're in my way. Watch me from here. Watch me from there. You stay there. She's like, I'm in exile. She's like, cookie. Oh, we'll give Cotty the cookies here. Okay, got me a floppy drive cable that I needed. Yes, I said floppy drive cable. I don't know what this is. I picked that up. That's something. That's Cisco on it. What is it? Let's see what it is. This junk store volumes. God, whatever that crap is, it's messy. It's like where those ports are. Gigastack. What is this? I'm not gonna look it up. It was in a anti-static bag. So you guys tell me what that is. Type it in the chat if anybody's chatting. What is that? There's that screwdriver. Okay, now where did my cable tie go? There's my cable tie. I needed a Wii cable, and they had one today. So I got me a Wii cable. Needed a longer cable. Got one of those. It goes. I misplaced mine. I got tons of other ones, but that belongs in that drawer. Hey. I needed one of these. Floppy cable. For a floppy drive. For one of those. Yes. I got 2 floppy cables now. I try to get things at the junk store instead of having to buy new. And I've got a cable tester, so testing these is not a problem. Now I got 2 floppy cables. Figure I'll do a teardown of a older video splitter, maybe. Give it a teardown video, blog post. I don't know. Junk store finds, junk store finds. USB cables. I always need USB cables. That's it. Bag is empty. That's a lot. That's $27. Junk store keeps getting more expensive and more expensive. Okay. Well, one more transmission controller's coming in this week, and oh man, that's a bummer. Used. Thought that was new. Nope. That one's new. Okay. Found this sheet metal HVAC Pro. Nobody knows what that is? It's just a calculator with linear entry, cubic. And do people really need these anymore? We've got smartphones. But I thought it was trip. So, who's been Rios? Well, I have your calculator. Do I want to turn the iron on and do that router? No, I don't. Tomorrow. I need more coffee. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay, I got welder boards to build, cables to build, buttons to assemble. Overwhelmed. Never going to get to anything I want to do. Now my hands are dirty. Do you want cookies? Well, I did something I wanted to do today. That was the backup of that firmware. But 2 hours is good enough for me. We'll catch y'all later.